Hi everyone, I'm going to make an original page in my old dictionary, and I'm not going to gesso the page right now. I've got here 3 pages glued to each other, so I will have a sturdy surface to work on. And I've got this image from a magazine that I really liked, and I wanted to incorporate it into an original page. Now this technique is very easy, and what I've done right now is just look at the image, and I picked colors that I thought will work nicely with it, and I will tell you the colors that I've picked, but it doesn't really matter. Now when you're doing this kind of original page with this kind of background that I will start in a minute, you need to decide for yourself if you want colors that will go with the image, or if you want to go with contrast. And if you have like warm colors here, maybe you want cold colors for the background, like blues and purples. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. And I hope that I'll also show you, even after I'm going to use these colors that correspond with the image, how you can incorporate other colors without creating mud. So less talking, more doing. I've got here crimson dark plum, I've got crimson burgundy wine, deco art soft coral, deco art squash blossom, deco art bright red, and buttercream. So here are my colors. Now I'm going to start with the background, and I'm going to start with just smearing paint with a plastic card, but you can also use a brush, whatever is whatever you like. It's just now scraping paint on my background. I'm just starting with the red. It really doesn't matter. I'm putting it in 3 places, and I've got a plastic card that I've cut. There is no rhyme or reason, you just play around with the paint, and you're going to work it again and again. Now it works to my advantage that I've got 3 pages glued to each other. It gives the page a little bit of texture because of the wet glue that was there. And as you can see, now that I'm scraping the paint, it doesn't go straight, so I've got more interest and, let's call it, texture in my background. So as you can see, I'm just putting down paint randomly and scraping it. Some of it even mixes with the other colors, some it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. I want more of this. And now I want more of the red. I'm I'm still not going for the darker colors. I want to be very gentle with them so they won't cover the whole thing. Maybe I won't even use them. We'll see. Now you don't have to go only in one direction. You can also go like this and make more interest. Just play around. It really doesn't matter as long as you're happy and you've got color in the background and interest. Now a little bit darker. I'm trying to work the darker into the edges. Doesn't have to be, but I like darker edges. If you're following my videos, then it's not a surprise. I'm looking to cover the whole thing. I don't really want the white picking up. The funny thing is that I'll probably add some gesso, so there will be white, but for right now I'm looking for a complete coverage of my page, and I'm letting colors go over each other, and as you can see, it makes for a more interesting background. And I'm also going a little bit horizontal and not only vertical. So that's the start of my background. And I didn't use the yellow, but I will use it. And now I need for all of this to dry before I continue. I'll be back. I'm back. So this is dry, and now I want to glue my image to my page. And I'm not trimming, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to work on it and blend it into the page. So just putting down some glue, especially over the edges. And here we go. Yay, we've got the image, and now I'm going to go again, and this time I'm going to put a little bit on the edge of the plastic card, and that's how I'm going to incorporate the image into the background. Now red again on the edge little bit of the darker color. So here it is. Somehow I managed to incorporate it to the rest of the background, but this is only the start of my page. I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm going to let this dry and then we'll continue. I'm back. So now I want to bring this down a little bit, all this lovely colors, but too much. And I've got here gesso, and I've got from the yellow, the buttercream yellow paint, acrylic paint. And first I was going to scrap the gesso all over my page, but then I decided to go a different way. I'm going to use, I think it's called the Bokeh technique, and you're just taking white or a pale yellow and start to layer circles on your background. So I'm going to start with the yellow very gently, and as little paint as I can take on the makeup sponge, like so. And at first you hardly see it, but you just starting to build it. I'm right now I'm doing the larger circles, but I will add smaller ones. You can also make it with ink pads and the makeup sponge. It doesn't have to be acrylic. And I'm also adding here where my image is, and that's how I'm going to make it a part of the background. So I've got a lot of circles now to do. Gonna take some time. I'm going to do one with the gesso so you will see what I'm doing. And let's take a little bit of gesso again on the sponge, not even replacing the sponge with a cleaner one. It's so a little amount of gesso, so it really doesn't matter. Like so. So it's going to take me some time to cover the whole page with it. I'm going to continue off camera and then I'll come back. I'm back. So here it is, the Bokeh technique, all these circles, and I just want to frame my page. Sorry. And I'm going to use this as it's supposed to be a lipstick, but I don't care. You know, I always use whatever works, and I like how lipsticks and eyeliners, I can smudge them really nice. So I'm just going over the edges to frame everything in, and then I'm planning on just writing something on this page. I think the image really blended nicely into the background. I'm really pleased with it. Now I've promised to show you how to incorporate other colors without making mud, but I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to explain. If I wanted to incorporate now colors like blues and purples, and I don't want them to make mud with the warm colors, then all I have to do is put down gesso where I want to put down the other colors. Like if I've got here the circles that I made with gesso, I can now go over them with other colors, and it's the primer and it's a nice base, and it won't make mud with the other colors. So that's the only thing I've got to add for that. And I'm trying to get inside here where the crease is, not that it's really matters, but I'm trying. And now I just want to write free here. It just speaks to me, and maybe with this, because it will just work great, but don't know how good it would be, this smudging thing with to write free, but okay, what the heck. Let's do it like that. And now I'm going to take a Q-tip and try to smudge it, but still be in control. Now when you're using things like lipsticks and eyeliners in your art journaling, always cover them with a fixative or cheapest hairspray you've got. You need to seal it or it will continue smudging. So here it is. Here is my page, very simple one. I hope you liked it, and it will give you some ideas to play with. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.